Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of, no, this is for March 2023. And sorry, this deck is just not cooperating at the moment, but let's see what is going on for you. We're going to do a past, present, future outcome type spread here, Pisces. So in your past position, you have this Mermaid Love card. Some of you could have been obviously married in the past. You have the Hierophant showing up here in this first position. And so, some of you could be married, or you could be thinking about marriage just in general. It could be like a major focus. I kind of know I know what this is now, Pisces. I feel like some of you were very focused on love in the past, and it's almost like you're changing your focus in this reading. That doesn't mean you won't have love, by the way. It might mean that you actually have more love than you've ever had in your life, because it's kind of like the opposite. When we don't focus on something, usually that's when we get it in our life, right? So I kind of feel like you're much more focused on standing out just in the world, but probably for the right things. And look at this. Could be a fire sign that is coming in for you that you're getting married to. I kind of feel like the fire energy is you, Pisces. I kind of don't feel like it's necessarily a person, although I do feel that there could be a fire sign if you want new love entering into your life. But it seems to me like you have this Mermaid Love card. Again, very dreamy ideas about love. I always say that Neptune and Pisces, it kind of gives us these very, kind of dreamy ideas about love. Let's just end it there. And so something is changing in the way that you see love, or, the way that you kind of think about love. And this could be based off of past experiences. Again, it's kind of interesting that in this deck, the Hierophant is pointing to the Seven of Pentacles here. And it's kind of hard to see, but he's like pointing down to this Seven of Pentacles. So I'm wondering if there was a change in direction in your love life, something that you thought was going to be permanent with the King of Pentacles, but you have the Eight of Wands, the Three of Cups. This could be you choosing a different direction, or it could just say that you're more focused on stability. I think that it's almost impossible for Pisces to not be focused on stability in, moving forward, especially this month of March. It's going to hit you hard in a good way. So, I feel that a lot of you, of course, you are going to focus on like permanent stability, permanent relationships, permanent businesses, permanent success in work or career. It's like put the word permanent in front of anything that you possibly could be working on. And that's probably going to be a major focus for you starting in March, the month of March, I should say. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is my card that says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Seven of Pentacles is also kind of like saying, I've put in enough work into the things in the past, and now it's time for a new beginning. And this whole entire reading, again, Ace of Wands is like something new, starting something new. The Hierophant would tell me that you're really kind of graduating as well. On a traditional Hierophant, the Hierophant has 3 levels to his crown, and the 3 levels represent initiation, apprenticeship, and mastery. And so I feel like for a lot of you that you're reaching a certain level, it's like you're heading towards mastery in your life, probably mastering yourself. You have the Strength card here. The Strength card really is a card of mastering yourself. It's a card of, kind of being able to do things for yourself, being able to get the inner voice inside of you to submit to you here, Pisces. So it looks to me like you're doing a lot of like personal development work. As I said to you in your last reading, with Saturn entering into your sign this month, I would definitely be doing any type of personal development work. Any work on yourself is just going to be rewarded very quickly. With the Hierophant, you have the King of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of like wiser now. Both cards are cards of wisdom, in knowledge, and kind of like learning things. So I feel like you've gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom. Maybe a small percentage of you could be dealing with a separation or a divorce, because, he can represent law and order. And I definitely do see that here, but, just kind of like some sort of change happening, and it's happening very quickly as well, is what I would say. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups. Kind of tells me that you're not willing to settle for anything less than your happily ever after, which I like. Ten of Cups is the card of happily ever after, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have this right now, it's something that maybe you're having to work towards. You have the Eight of Pentacles here. Really tells me that there needs to be some sort of change. Everything in this reading tells me that you really have to, grab the bull by the horns here and really kind of get things moving, because it's like you could just sit where you're at, Seven of Pentacles, and again, no criticism here. It's like there's no judgment here. You could say, you know what? Everything I've worked on in life up until this point is great. I just want to maintain the status quo. That's fine. But if you want to grow, if you have a Ten of Cups, something that you see as your happily ever after, that's what I would be moving towards, whatever it is. And I would start putting the work in. It's not going to be easy, but you will get there. Yes, with the King of Pentacles, you have the star. Literally, I said Pluto in Aquarius, or something about that. And I would say that, Pluto going into Aquarius, definitely going to make you focus on kind of like standing out, getting attention. There's a lot of attention here for you. I think there's a lot of attention for everyone, but Pisces, having Saturn in your first house, it's like I've had so many crybabies crying about Saturn and Pisces, and I'm like, listen, it like people keep saying Saturn doesn't like Pisces, so it's like astrology is not a straitjacket. This happens, every 30 years. Saturn comes back to Pisces, right? And it's like we just have to work with the energy. It can't make anything happen. It can't make anything not happen in your life, especially if you're doing the work. So what I would say is a great thing to do with anything in your first house is to improve yourself. So anything you can do to improve yourself. This could be literally how you look. It could be your fitness level. It could be your personality, how you present yourself to the world. It could be anything. It doesn't matter. But whatever it is, it's going to stand out, and it's going to lead to probably permanent positive change. Next, in your present position, you have this exposed and revealed card. With this King of Wands, King of Wands, Ace of Wands, Four of Wands, this to me is like major determination energy right here, like this whole little section of fire energy. And so I feel like you need to be determined to work towards things. And I get that like determination kind of energy. And with your next card, it's first quarter waxing fire moon, It's like determination. That card says competitiveness on it, but I feel like it's about you being determined to achieve your goals or to achieve things that you want to achieve at this time. I don't feel like there's anything necessarily, it's not like there's some sort of truth coming out here or anything like that. That's not what I'm really feeling. Again, you have the King of Wands. I definitely feel there could be a fire sign coming in for some of you. You've had fire. You're all up in everybody's business, Pisces. I don't want to call you out, but I'm a Pisces, so I get it. But, I feel like there could be a lot of interest. And again, you have that competitiveness card with that Three of Cups, What the heck? Here, Pisces, won't focus. There we go. So I feel like there could be a lot of people who are interested in you. I kind of feel this is encouraging you to like let people put in the work with the Eight of Pentacles, as in like let people prove it to you. And as I always say, I don't think I'm not suggesting you play games or anything like that with people, but what I'm saying is like don't be so quick to just rush in to the first person that shows you interest, right? Like make sure that they're actually going to do the work. Make sure that they're not going to, breadcrumb you or put you in a third party or something like that. I kind of feel like this is encouraging you to, put yourself first, not in a greedy way, but just in a smart way. Let's put it that way, right, Pisces? You have the Eight of Wands, definitely communication coming in. I literally said at the beginning of the year that by the end of March, I'm telling you right now, love time for Pisces between like the end of March and, all the way through May. Really, I would say the entire summer. So if you want love, this could be a really good year for you to find a good person, Pisces. I feel like you need to kind of like look at the lessons that you've learned from past relationships and say like, okay, I'm not going to rush in. I'm going to make sure that I don't get into something that's just a fantasy with that mermaid love card. Again, I think all of us Pisces, I think, are guilty of, creating these fantasies too soon, too quick, too fast, too soon, and that causes problems. But, there you go. I feel like there could be, the only thing that could be exposed is like a person is interested in you. And again, the Eight of Wands could be communication. You have the Two of Pentacles. I see you working very hard at this time. And again, the thing that I love here is this going up to the Eight of Pentacles. It's like whatever you're working on, you're clearly seeing results. So I think that, again, I'm a Pisces. I don't know about you Pisces, but obviously I think all Pisces, it's like we're motivated by success. It's like when something works, I think it makes us want to work harder on the thing that is working. So in like work or business or otherwise, it's like you're very focused on the things that work. With the King of Wands, you have the Four of Cups here. This Four of Cups is very interesting because those three cups are pouring into one cup. You have the Three of Cups next. Again, I feel you could be attracting a person where it's like they really pour into you. I think that's a thing that will stand out. It's like I think us Pisces, we're always pouring into other people, and that's what gets us into trouble. So, I feel like this is a person who really gives, if this is love coming in for you this month. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords, stopping yourself, Pisces. It's like Eight of Wands is so much momentum. And Eight of Swords is like stopping the momentum. I feel like this is saying you need to set yourself free and realize that you're very, very capable of accomplishing whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Like, look, you have all the knowledge and wisdom going down to the world, literally accomplishments. But I think the one thing that could be keeping you stuck is really like yourself, even going this way, It's like you have the dream. The King of Pentacles is a card of convention. So it can say that, he represents the way things have always been done. And basically, it says, let go of your old story is kind of what I'm getting here because, again, the King of Pentacles is the way things have always been done. I feel like you could be entering into all new situations this month, but you could be thinking about the past. Like, oh, this is what happened last time I started this business or got into a relationship. And I feel like this is saying, get away from that thinking, right? With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Justice card. I mean, literally two cards of balance. So if you're working hard, make sure you're playing hard. I would also say that if you're afraid to start something new, that maybe you just need to plant some seeds. Again, the Justice card is cause and effect. It says if you put energy into something, what do you get back? I also think as far as love is concerned, clearly, I would say that, put a little bit in. Don't just like rush right in and then let them return the favor and then, go back and forth. Don't enter into one of these situations where you're just overgiving all the time, right? Next, for your future, you have this first quarter waxing fire moon card. So there's like some sort of growth is what I'm getting actually off of this card. I don't think that's what this card means, but, I read intuitively, and what I would say here is I'm getting something about things growing. I do, but, it's like projects that you're working on. So if you're working on any projects or businesses, or even any personal projects, could be just like projects around the house, I feel like you could be seeing a lot of growth. And this could be personal growth as well that's happening here. You have the Three of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the World card. Again, I would also say that that card says competitiveness on it. And I feel like there could be a lot of competition for your attention at this time, Pisces. And, I really feel that you need to look back at the past and say like, who did you give the right attention to? Who did you give the wrong attention to, right? And I would kind of be looking at all those situations and saying, who can I give attention to now in the future? I also feel this is, again, saying don't just rush right into something in love because, again, you might have a lot of options. And I'm not saying you're like becoming a player or anything, but what I am saying is I feel like it's saying like make sure you pick the right option. So don't just like rush in to the first person. If you meet a person, it's like I feel like Pisces is super guilty of this as well. It's like when we feel lonely, the first person that comes along, we just let them right into our life. I feel like this is saying it's like don't just pick the first person. If they happen to be the right person, absolutely pick them. But again, follow the evidence, trust the evidence with these people. You have the Ace of Wands. Definitely a passionate new beginning coming in for you. I really feel like you're feeling fired up here, Pisces. I mean, it's obvious. There's a lot of fire here in this reading, and also there's a lot of enthusiasm. Part of me feels that the world is talking about accomplishments. Again, the world obviously is a card of accomplishments, but, I kind of feel that you are having maybe some wins or you're seeing progress on the things that you're working on, and that is like the thing that is motivating you, which you might say that's obvious, but it's not true for everyone. Not everyone is motivated by that. I also feel there's some sort of portal change here because you have two portal cards. The Four of Wands is also a portal card on top of the World. They both represent kind of going through some sort of portal, making a change, like moving, traveling, changing jobs. If you're having any new beginnings, I feel like whatever new beginnings you're having could be setting you free. With the Three of Cups, you have the Queen of Pentacles, divine counterparts right here. Could be an earth sign as well coming in for you. It could be any sign, take it how it resonates, but this is definitely divine counterparts. I kind of see this as a false start though. So, King and Queen of Pentacles, doesn't matter what gender you're interested in. I feel like this is saying like, don't allow your brain to, mess something good and new up. Just take your time, don't rush, make sure you're practicing, equal give and take, and you will be fine. Again, I think that when we get hurt in relationships, it's because we overgave in the first place. So really it's our own fault, right? And what I would say here, as long as we're doing the equal give and take thing, it's like you're not going to be blindsided. So, that's all I got. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Seven of Cups. Again, I told you a lot of options. It's like you're spoiled for choice, not just in love. I feel like in all areas of life. And this could lead to some confusion, but again, I really feel your answer is a Justice card in the Two of Pentacles there. Kind of like the Six of Pentacles. You don't have the Six of Pentacles, but the Six of Pentacles is a card of planting seeds, and I kind of get that vibe from your reading, where it's like saying you might be spoiled for choice, or you might have a lot of ideas this month. Start planting seeds with all the ideas, see what grows, whatever works, keep doing that, and get rid of the rest, right? I know it sounds obvious, but then I always give this advice because that's the time that we're in. That's what the astrology wants us to do. It's like, try things, see what works, and then keep working on what works, get rid of the rest. With the World, you have the Four of Wands. Again, there clearly could be a person coming in for you here who you will be marrying, or there could be marriage just in general. The Four of Wands is also my card of freedom, so a lot of you could be being set free from something at this time. Next, you have, for your outcome, you have this new moon in Aquarius. It says open up to change, obviously. The whole entire reading was all about change. Even the Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. So I kind of feel that there's a very fiery climax, a very fiery new beginning coming in for you. A lot of passion, a lot of desire. I don't even think this is just love. I feel like it's a lot of things for you, Pisces. It's like you're really being rewarded. And again, I want to stress, everybody always says to me, like, oh, you said this was going to happen, nothing happened. I'm like, okay, guys, you didn't do anything, right? This isn't just going to magically happen. Tarot isn't magic. Tarot can't make anything happen for you. It can't hold your hand through the process. You have to do the work. Eight of Pentacles. Sorry that no one's ever told you that you have to actually work through life. That's like the whole point. But again, if you do the work, you're going and you open up to the change, then you're obviously going to experience good things. If you don't, then you won't. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the Four of Wands here. So again, marriage. Some of you could be meeting a person that you marry, but really this is a card of completion and kind of like going to the next phase. The whole entire reading also gives me the vibes of kind of going to the next phase of your life or stepping into a new phase. So that wouldn't surprise me at all. You have the Strength card. You've again, Saturn in your sign, anything you can do to work on yourself, anything you can do to improve yourself, personal development, any of those things are just going to be highlighted at this time. They're just going to lead to a lot of success and improvements. And I always tell, everybody's like, trust me, I've had a million crybaby comments about, Saturn and Pisces. And I'm always like, just work with the energy. If you do the work, you get the rewards. It's not like astrology controls your life or punishes you. So again, if you do the work, you're going to get these rewards. And that's exactly what I'd be doing with the Strength card, personal development, things like that. You have the Eight of Pentacles here. I really like this for you because the Eight of Pentacles is really saying to me that you're getting rewards. And I also feel like you're seeing results for the work that you've been doing all along on, whatever it is that you've been working on. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. I really get this energy that, things are starting to pay off. Like, those are the words that are popping into my head. Like, all the work you've been doing, all the things that you've been working on, and all the, kind of like extra work that you've been doing on projects and businesses and, everything in between. It's all starting to catch up. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you finally see things clearly. If you've been struggling this month of February, if you're watching this in the month of February, I would say if you've been struggling for direction, or maybe you've been saying it's like sometimes I think we get to a point where it's like we're out of ideas, it's like we're like, okay, I just don't know what to do next. I feel like you're kind of getting some answers this month of February, maybe even sooner. Like right now, it's the 24th on the day of me shooting this video. So some of you could be getting some answers on like the direction that you could need to work on or work towards. It's like you're seeing things clearly. With the Strength card, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you've been very patient. And again, Knight of Pentacles, card of planting seeds. He normally has the empty fields behind him. And so it's a card that says you have to plant seeds to, be good, to be great, to have success. So it's like you're over-prepared to work on something, Pisces. With the Four of Wands, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, yes, it's like, and again, if this is love, love it, because Eight of Pentacles, really good card for love. It's like a card that says you could be meeting a person who really wants to put in the work, and maybe you also want to put in the work, so you're kind of meeting someone who isn't lazy, someone who actually puts the work in to keep the romance alive. So I feel like you could be finding that. There's definitely some like improvements here as far as money is concerned. I said it at the beginning of the reading, Pisces. The beginning of the year, that I really felt like things would get really good for you mid-March. That's where there would be a lot of improvements, and I definitely still feel that's true. You have this dagger card. It says fears, worries, tense situations. I feel like some of you could be waking up anxious or, it's like that feeling that something's about to happen. I hope that makes sense, Pisces. That's the feeling I get on this card. The rest of the cards are so positive, though. I would try to change that feeling. Sometimes I feel we get that anticipation anxiety where it's we feel like something's going to happen. We don't know what, in the world or personally or whatever. And it kind of, messes with us. I would try, I'm kind of what I'm getting here is anything you do, meditation, going for walks, quieting the mind, slowing your brain down. I think if you could do that, that would be good for you. You have this boot card. It says increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Are you kidding me? Literally what I said the entire reading. So I would be increasing your efforts. Again, like I said, this isn't, hold your hand tarot, okay? With, Bert and Ernie, right? This is tough love with Chris. So get your ass moving, Pisces. You have this wishbone card and it says a wish is granted. Love it. I would actually make a wish because I feel like there are a lot of wishes, some things that you have been wishing for. I would also try, if you're meeting a new person, I would try to catch yourself if you are, especially if you're meeting a good person, I would make sure that you're not putting up any, barriers that are making it impossible for this person to, get into your inner world. Let's put it that way. I don't know. It popped into my head. You have this ring card. Are you kidding? A marriage will take place either romantically or in business. I kind of feel like both. Especially for those of you in business, I really get the feeling here of kind of creating something that you work on forever, or for a long period of time. So it could be a really good project. And you have this rainbow card. It says the most difficult part of a situation is over. I really get an ending of that dagger type energy where you feel like there's something hanging over your head, And I also just feel like things are improving this month, and it fits in very well with your astrology as well. So love it. Looks like a great month, Pisces. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, and definitely enjoy your month.